Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, My Vagabond Style. I'm Debbie, and I'm going to work in my It's So Random journal today. This is one of my favorite journals to work in. I have a little process that I follow to do these, and let me just explain kind of how I get from just a basic page like this to this. So there's a few steps that I take that make it really easy, and this journal I like to work in stages. Like I might just feel like one day coming in and painting the papers, making the backgrounds, or I might try to find one in here that I've already done the background basically and they're ready for images. So we'll just go ahead and start with one that I need to put a little bit of paint on. So a lot of times if I have some extra paint that I've been working on, I will just smear it on a page and kind of just start with that. See how this one is right here? That's basically where I'm at with that one. And then when I'm ready to actually start painting the papers, there'll be something on there. Some of them, sometimes they're completely just the back, just the regular page like this. So it just depends on if I've smeared any paint on it already. For this one, let's just go ahead and smear a little paint on it, because what I'm trying to do is get from that point of the smeared paint to basically about like this point. So on this one, I have the smeared paint. I've got some images here. I've done a little bit of stamping. I either do stamping or stenciling usually. That's kind of what I do, one or the other, sometimes both. This one's got some stamping. It's got some tissue paper, some book page. There's all kinds of things you could throw in here. But for right now, for this one, we'll just go ahead and start smearing a little bit of paint down. And we'll play in this a little bit. I have some that are pretty much ready to go, as far as when I say ready to go, like ready to go with the images. So this one I probably have been working in since 2017. I recently kind of just revisited it about maybe, I don't know, a couple months ago, and it's now my favorite. That's quite a lot of one color, but that's okay. It is. I will sometimes try to make them kind of go with the page that's next to it. I might go ahead and put maybe some of these same colors on there, but you certainly don't have to. I have lots of pages that do not go together. I also usually keep a piece of wax paper handy. If I want to flip the page, I can at least do that without getting to my already completed page, which would not be nice. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off on another page. So I will put this in here. This is really, I got this pretty far back. Stick my finger in there. Okay. So I'm just going to put that there and flip to a different page where I can maybe smear the rest of this off. Oh, it's the same color, I think. So because this one's still wet, definitely going to put a piece of wax paper between here so it doesn't get on my lady over here. I'll go back to this one. Let's put some green or yellow on it. These are just regular craft paints. I'm going to put a little bit on my book page over here. Let me move it so you can see it here. All right. You can dip it in 2 colors at once if you want. Got 2 colors on there. Sometimes I do a little bit of jelly printing. I haven't done it in a while. And the next time I break it out, I will do a video on it. There's tons of videos out there if you've got are interested in the jelly plates. But I just thought I'd do one because why not? And a lot of times I'll show you one of them that I have put a collage with a jelly plate behind it. This one. That's a jelly plate, jelly print right there. So those are great because they're already done. You just lay it down. And then I did a little bit of stamping, ink stamping right there. So I kind of like this one just where we're at right here. Maybe put a little bit more on the edge. Just plan to get a little messy when you do this. So I will leave that one to dry. I will go ahead and put this page back in it. You know what? While I've got this color on here, I might as well do this one too. I like how it's just kind of organically doing that right there, leaving some open space. Yeah, I'm liking these two colors together. Yeah. And sometimes I like a little bit of that print coming from behind. And we'll put this one in here so it doesn't mess this one up. All right, and so then I do have one page that is ready to go for stenciling and such. Let me find it real quick. So it's this page right here. This one, I think I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of stenciling on with maybe some white or cream colored. Let me grab my stencils. Okay, I think I want to use these. And let me grab the light colored. Maybe I'll just use this cream that we had. Okay, so I feel like the easiest way with these stencils is to use a sponge. The sponge seems to be the best way. So we'll just put some on the book page. Put it here so you can see it. And then I just put a little bit on the sponge. And just kind of dab it. And I don't go all the way to the end. I'll just do, a little area and then move on. Like that. Okay, and actually the more you use these stencils, the better they are. Like they get a little hard from the acrylic paint. These are just like a cardboard one. I think I got these on Amazon. Okay, so what am I feeling now? I'm thinking maybe I might want to go ahead and do a little bit of stamping on here. Let me grab my ink pad and stamps. I grabbed this little flower stamp. I really like this one. And then I think I'll do it maybe in black. And then just kind of put it here and there. Just randomly. So there's not necessarily an order that you have to do these in. Sometimes I'll go ahead and put the tissue paper down or the extra paper. A lot of times I actually do that first, and then I'll do the stenciling and the stamping or stamping. This time I did it this way. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go ahead and put maybe some tissue paper down or some other added things. Like, let me show you. Okay, so like say on this one, here's some tissue paper I put down and this. So this came before the image, but after the stenciling on this one. Let's see, on this one, doesn't have, this one I didn't put any little extra bits. Right here, a napkin. This is just a little art scrap right here, some scrapbook paper. So, as you can see, it's very forgiving. You can do whatever you want. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea. If you haven't done anything like this, it's kind of a step-by-step way that you can do it. So let me go grab some little scraps to put on here. Okay, here's just a little bowl of scraps. And we'll see if there's anything in here that we want to put on our pages. I try not to think about it too much, although I do want to kind of have maybe a color that goes that it's not, too different. Sometimes it's something weird, like that. I think I might put that on there. I'm going to tear this straight edge off the end. Like I said, you may or may not ever see this in the collage that's finished, but it gives you a starting point. I'll turn it sideways. Might even use just that little scrap. No, and I'm going to go this way. See what else we have in here. You could even use like a square of something. This little bit. You can make shapes. Maybe since I've got some circles, I'll do some wonky circles here. Well, they're kind of circles. And just kind of spread them out wherever. But I think you kind of get the idea. Okay, so just a little something on there. And that would be that step. And then the next step that I do is I put, usually I just go through and I put a focal image. Don't really have any idea what else I'm going to put with it, but I'll lay down a focal image. Like this one. So this one only has one image on it. When I started this page, I had just the typewriter on there, I believe is what I started with. And then I added these things. So at this point, this is kind of where it gets super fun for me is to actually do the collage part. It just depends on what mood I'm in. But I saw this right here, this owl, and I thought, oh, maybe, I don't know. We're going to try it. I'm going to see how it looks on the top of that truck. So let's just cut him out and see what he looks like hanging out on the top of the truck. So this truck, the image is not really like to the roof. It has a bit of extra right here. So I'm just going to cut this down to where it's the actual top of the roof. And see what he looks like just kind of sitting there. There was another thing that I saw this was a Japanese diary magazine that I was looking through. On the next page right here, I saw these girls kind of dancing. And I thought, well, maybe that might be kind of fun, like they're behind the truck dancing. So let's see if that works. Just going to check on my paint here. Sometimes I like to peel it off a little bit just to, yeah, it's a little damp still. So we'll put it back there, but just taking it off sometimes makes it dry a little faster. So let me cut these girls out. So yeah, I think I might like these girls back here. The reason I kind of went with the winter is because this side right here says, "Dear Winter, perhaps you could leave." So I kind of thought maybe I'd keep this page a little bit on the wintry side. So they are all bundled up, having a great time. And I like doing it this way sometimes, not completely fussy cutting it, just going around it, leaving a little border. Way quicker, and the effect is good. I think that looks kind of cute. We can put them a little bit behind here. And then maybe put something else up here. So let's go ahead and put our little owl on here. Like he's just hanging out. And then we'll get these girls. I'm not going to put them, I don't know, there may be something I might want to put behind them. I doubt it. But for this, I'm just going to use a glue stick and tack them down. I'll go back later with art glitter glue and probably stick them the rest of the way down. Right about there, I think. So this side, I'm not done with this, but I kind of want to make them somewhat go together. I guess I'm into that right now. But I found this in a magazine recently, and I think because it looks like a snowflake, it would look really cool on here. So I'm going to cut this out just to see if it would real quick. I'm not going to do probably my final cut on it, just an idea. Yeah, I think I'll like that. Let me cut around this a little bit. I'll be right back. I might even just go to the top here and cut that off. Or maybe I'll leave it. Super pretty. I love jewelry ads. Jewelry ads are awesome. So we'll go ahead and put this down. pretty. I could even possibly use this one over here. It might look kind of good behind them. I don't really want it the same level. Hmm. Cut it out a little bit. Kind of like it right there. It's low enough. Yeah. Cut this little bit of white right off here. Okay, so this one over here, sorry, I got to get that little thing down. Like I said, I'll go back and make sure they're all flattened later on. Of course, this girl is getting a little out of hand here. Okay, so this side, I saw this, I had this out, and I thought maybe it might be kind of cool to put it here. What else do we want to put on this? Yeah, it's so funny. I didn't think this was going to go this way. I originally had thought about it being like a fruit truck, like a country, truck that's selling goods, but it didn't turn out that way. These are just a couple farm girls out for a good time. So at this point, I've got all of my elements in. A lot of times I'll go back and I'll do a little bit of mark making on it. Like, let me show you one. I did a little bit here. He's got some little tick marks around him, if you can see that. And that other one that I did up here in the front, I did all these little circles, little squiggles. Sometimes I go around things, like this one. This is a silver pin that I kind of went around everything with. Or I'll do it with a black pin or white pin. See, I've gone around this one with white pin. Sometimes I just leave it. I left it like this. I didn't go around on the outside of anybody there. This one, these two, I really don't think I need to go around anything. I like it just the way it is. So I'm going to keep these this way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around and glue everything down a little better and call it good. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a message. Let me know that you like it. Thanks for popping in and hanging out with me today. I know time is precious, so spending it with me is very flattering. Thank you so much. And I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.